Hi, it's Leaky. Not the appearance that we expected, and not the video that we expected. It's currently 6 o'clock in the morning, and I haven't slept whatsoever. And I just want to share a thought that I was having in my mind. Honesty. I think with being honest is really having these scary conversations, these conversations that make us feel very uncomfortable with ourselves. Because with being honest with ourselves, we reach a level of transparency. One person said something so beautiful. I love that you have reached a point of yourself to really express yourself beautifully. I think sometimes we run away from conversations that would change our lives because we are scared of being honest with ourselves. We are scared of telling ourselves the truth. Sometimes in telling ourselves the truth, we realize that we can sometimes be the villains in our own story. By telling the truth, we run away from the blame game and a lot of things that we victimize ourselves upon. The scary part about being honest with yourself is coming to a realization that you can also be a bad person in this story, this novel that you have created. There's a sense of justice with transparency and honesty within yourself because you take accountability for the things that you have done and you take accountability for the things that you will do. One of the many things I've realized within myself is that I've been very hostile to a lot of things, a lot of new things, a lot of new experiences that are happening in my life. The one thing is that I've never really sat down with myself and really understood, why am I feeling this? Why am I hostile towards new people? Why am I hostile towards understanding people? Why am I hostile towards being vulnerable with myself and towards other people? I've reached a point of transparency to really understand how I'm really trying to go, because generally I'm the type of person who has to understand themselves before moving forward, because I feel things very deeply. Sometimes when I'm feeling a specific way, I will not continue unless I understand how I'm feeling, because I feel stagnant. If anything, I try to understand myself a little bit more than the other person, because people have this weird way of really judging who you are by your actions. And the one thing I've really seen within myself is growth and understanding towards how can I be a better person by understanding myself. By having that transparency within yourself, you realize that honestly, I'm the only person who's really trying to understand myself, and I'm the only person capable of saving myself. Everyone can come and help you, everyone can come and put you and pat you on the back, but generally the push starts with you. Really, the push starts with you. The push starts with actualization and realizing that, bro, you are a human being with feelings too. Aside from what everyone else is trying to say to you, you are a human being first. I've been tolerating other people and tolerating their feeling more than myself. There's a self-neglect that comes with that way of thinking. There's a self-neglect that comes with that way of moving, because you become a people pleaser and you're not pleasing yourself, and you will not be pleased with yourself, especially with the actions that you've been doing by pleasing those other people, and which becomes a very, 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 very scary tactic. Generally, the one thing that I've really been running away from is just growing in YouTube and growing as a person and growing in love and growing as a man. And that becomes very scary because you have no blueprint on how to move forward. You have no blueprint on who you are. Sometimes you get lost. You get lost in the sauce. You get lost in understanding. You get lost in being. You get lost in living. You get lost in breathing, because you don't know what is really wrong with you and what is really wrong with the things around you. You don't understand your environment, and you're not honest with yourself by saying this. You're not seeing people for who they are, and you're not seeing yourself for who you are, be it good or bad. And that's one thing I really tried and understand within myself in the many times that I've been off of YouTube and been off of my phone and been off of TikTok and just been off of been off socially. It's been a thing that I've been doing, and I'm actively trying to understand it. But now that I say this, I've been doing it in a very toxic sense. I've been doing it in a very, 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 very toxic sense. And that's where I lose. Yeah.